Welcome back to AATV. I'm your host Tom Anvil Hibberd, and today we're going to be range testing the TM MP5A5 NGRS to see what its maximum and effective ranges are. Stay watching and see how we get on. So we're here today at Thurleston Air Gun and Archery Centre to range test the MP5. To do that, we're going to use our electronic attack sense targets, and they're set to flash when hit mode. So you can see, and I can see, when I've struck the target. We're going to set these out for maximum range. That's as simple as it sounds. And then we're also going to do an effective range test, which is to get a minimum of 5 out of 10 shots onto a torso-sized target, happily the same size as our targets. And we'll see just how far we can push the effective range out. Let's get going. So to film the flight of the BBs, we're going to use our Lumix G7 mirrorless camera with a big 200mm lens on it. That allows us to get really good footage of the BB going down range. BBs may appear that they're curving up a bit because we're going to film over my shoulder, so the bore axis of the camera is quite a bit above the bore axis of the gun, so don't worry about that. But we find we get the really clean, good view of the BB's flight using this bit of kit. So we're going to start our range test. Today we're going to use ASG's open blaster range, 0.25, 0.28, 0.32 gram BB, and see which weight is best for the MP5. I'm going to start with the 0.25s. Just load a mag, 0.25, set the hop, chrono, and then go for a range test. Now Mauri supply one of the old school tube loaders. In the box, it's honestly much easier just to use a standard thumb loader. The mags don't fit an Odin, unfortunately, without an adapter. We've only got one magazine today due to the usual Tokyo Marui great mag drought that follows every single release. 5 more on pre-order, hopefully they'll turn up soon. To activate the gun, it is stop on empty. You can operate the cocking handle. So you can release, what I tend to do when I finish shooting, the magazines run dry, lock it back, and when you're about to start shooting, lock it forward. So let's set the hop, 0.25 gram BBs. To do that, I'm going to sight down the side of the gun, get it pretty much flat, maybe with just a little kick at the end. But we're certainly not going to do a massive overhop. So that's overhop. To reduce hop, you turn the dial clockwise or down. Just about get a thumbnail in there. So rotary style hop. So it should be pretty secure. Your settings shouldn't really change during the day. And again, won't fire unless the cock and lever has been racked always forward. Touch too much. There you go. Perfect. So let's do a quick chrono. 250. 253, 253, 254, 251. So it's about 253 plus or minus 2 FPS, which on a 0.25 gram BB is 0.75 joules. So pretty underpowered by British standards. It is a TM, pretty normal for a TM. TM MP5A5 NGRS ASG 0.25 open blasters. First target is at 35 metres today, and we're going to try out our effective range test. So that's 5 out of 10 shots minimum onto a torso-sized target. Well, I think that's pretty effective at 35 metres. Let's move on to 40. So it's effective at 40, it's starting to lose a bit of legs. BBs are starting to lose a bit of their terminal ballistics as it goes downrange. Sights are really nice, HK diopters with a hole at the back and the big hooded front sight post. Easy to shoot with both eyes open. Right, I can just about connect with a 45 metre target. So I'm having to aim about 1.5 targets high. So that's not really effective range when I'm having to use quite a lot of holdover. So I think effective range, 40 metres, and now we'll go for the max range test. So for a maximum range test, I'm going to fire on the 3-round burst. This has got programmed in with its MOSFET. I think that's probably almost one of the best settings that this gun has. And my spotter Joe, we'll see where the BBs land and see how we get on. Okay, we've got a distance. Let's see what it is. Safe.
52, 53.
Brilliant. Okay, so Joe's back, and the maximum range is 52, 53 metres, firing 1 target high. Let's move on to 0.28 grams. .28 ASG open blasters. We're going to set the hop and chrono. Try not to hit the hair that's downrange at the moment. Don't forget to do that like I keep doing. Let's chrono with a hop set for 0.28 gram BBs. 233, 233, 232, 232, and we're doing 0.7 joules now. Okay. So effective range test, 0.28 gram BB, and we're going to start at 35 metres. Wind's picked up. Okay, so it's effective at 35. Mag up, move on to 40. Okay, so effective at 40, I'll go for 45. So, interesting, it's accurate enough out to 45 metres, but it's not effective because I'm having to use so much holdover that you can't just put the sights on a target, pull the trigger and hope for a hit. So effective at 40 metres, accurate to 45, and I will push on for maximum range test. And we're out. Okay, so we just finished the max range test. Spotter Joe's back, and she's told me that it got to the same sort of distance, so 52, 53 metres, with an effective range of 40 metres, but it was still consistent out to 45 with a bit of holdover. Let's move on to our last BB, 0.32. Okay, so we're going to use a 0.32 gram BB, set the hop for 0.32, then we'll chrono as before. Okay, perfect. So let's chrono that. 200, 203, 201, 203, 201, and we're at 0.60 joules now. So we've lost quite a lot of efficiency in hopping up these BBs. Effective range test, 0.32 gram ASG open blasters, 35 meters. Sun's come out. Well, that's pretty effective, 35 metres with 0.32 gram BBs, as you would expect. So let's move on to 40 metres. Effective at 40 metres. They're taking a while to get there though. Let's try 45. So that's a similar situation to 0.28 gram BB. I can consistently make hits at 45 metres with a 0.32 gram BB, but I'm having to use a lot of holdover to do it. Maybe 2 targets high. So max range test, 0.32 gram BB, and fire 1 target height. Fires every last BB. So definitely a little bit more.
Yes.
Tiny bit more. Right, so we finished range testing TM MP5A5 on the range at Thurliston Airgun and Archery Centre. Some really interesting results. All the BBs were pretty much accurate out to 40 metres with a consistent accuracy out to 45 with a bit of holdover. And they all really got about the same range, between 52 and 54 metres, with a 0.32 gram BB getting maybe 1 or 2 metres extra. However, what we think for your normal airsoft engagement range between 40 metres is 0.28 grams probably your best choice. At that range, it's probably still going faster than the 0.32 gram BB, and the hop is still getting all of its efficiency and keeping the power at around 0.7 joules. Okay,